The GS has gone sporty, and the ES has gone sleek. So what's left for the LS? We'll tell you now in High Gear Media's video road test of the 2013 Lexus LS. You can see the change right away on the front end of the LS. The new spindle grille that's showing up on all Lexuses looks really handsome here. And inside it adopts an interior like the one on the GS. There's almost an audiophile look, with leather trim accenting a lot of brushed metal finishes. There's even a new wood called Shimomoku that's treated for up to a month before it's applied. But there's still room for a traditional touch here or there. Power comes from the same 4.6-liter 386 horsepower V8 as last year, and it's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. New electronic controls add a touch of selectability to the steering, the throttle, and to the transmission. Now in driving, the latest LS doesn't feel a lot different from last year's version, though the steering and suspension have been tightened up a little bit. It's still a very plush riding car. There's a softness in the LS sedan that you really find even in the all-wheel drive versions, and especially in the air suspension versions that can provide both a pillowy ride and a firmer touch thanks to their adaptable suspension controls. Acceleration is strong though, and it's one of the LS's real virtues. It's a real straight-line performer. Redesigned front seats are really excellent now with great support, and the rear seat still has lots of room, especially in long wheelbase versions that have limo-like features like a fold-out picnic table, controls for climate, even massaging functions for the rear seat, and this year a Blu-ray DVD player. The new LS now incorporates remote touch, which is a mouse-like device that takes the place of roller controllers like Mercedes Command or MMI and Audi's. It steers the vehicle through functions like navigation, climate, lets you choose through information screens, setup, choosing radio stations, and through the different media bands, which include satellite and HD radio this year. The LS also has Standard and Tune, which is a new Toyota system that allows smartphones to plug into the vehicle's head unit. It allows steering wheel or voice control of some mobile apps, everything from Pandora streaming audio to Facebook updates, even to local searches through Microsoft's Bing. At the top of the lineup, there's the long wheelbase air suspension hybrid version, the LS600HL. It teams a V8 engine with electric motors and batteries to produce a total of 438 net horsepower. Now those batteries do bring it better fuel economy, but they also steal some cargo space. This version's about 7 cubic feet smaller in the trunk than other models. The hybrid model doesn't have many cosmetic touches to distinguish it from the other versions, but it can have a bamboo interior. On the road, the hybrid doesn't acquit itself quite as well as other models, maybe because of the extra weight of the batteries. The ride tends to feel a little harsher even when it's tuned to comfort mode. In fuel economy, sometimes we've observed that you can't really hit the 20 miles per gallon combined EPA rating that's promised. The real news this year, of course, is an F-Sport model. Lexus is trying to intrude on some of the territory that's really owned by BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, and Audi. The F-Sport doesn't have any drivetrain differences, but it does get a lot of suspension tuning and cosmetic details like more LED lighting, its own exhaust outlets, and an option for triple beam HID headlamps. The interior is different with black leather trim and aluminum trim on the pedals and on the dash. And like the other air suspension cars, the F-Sport gets 2 additional driving modes, one for comfort and one for Sport Plus. Now Sport Plus adds some tautness to the suspension that goes with the faster throttle response, quicker transmission and steering responses that come with the Sport mode. Despite the additional tuning, the F-Sport still isn't quite up to the standard set by the Germans or by the latest XJ. It's not quite as taut, still not quite as responsive, and still not willing enough to give up more control to the driver, to earn the title of a true sports sedan. So, what's the bottom line with the 2013 Lexus LS? Well, we think it's more handsome than ever. The spindle grille treatment really works on this car and gives us a tease at what the next one might look like. But we're not quite sold on the F-Sport Edition yet. It's still a plush cruiser, first and foremost. For our full review, see the Car Connection or follow us on Facebook, or you can follow us on Twitter at Car Connection. I'm Marty Padgett for High Gear Media. Thanks for joining us.